Hello, I would love to do another reading today. It seems like I'm naturally doing these readings often at new moon. Something seems to want to come through for new moon. So this is group 1, those spiral shells. By the way, it's a picket shell reading. Group 2, power. And I think you can guess I love this drawing on this power and the colors a lot. And group 3, I don't know how it is called, this shell, but it's very perlmutt, very beautiful and huge. So pick group and see you for the reading. Okay, hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading, and you pick those beautiful 3 Fibonacci shells. Let's see what comes through for group 1. I see a lot of movement, a bit of chaos, but it's happy movement. It's joyful, playful movement, and this kind of movement is often a bit chaotic, and it does swirl around and jump and play into all directions with its energy, and in all heights and up and down and in every direction and in every dimension. And it's a very light and playful movement. Very light colors, like clear yellow and like the color of the shells actually. Ochre, white, yellow, clear, very clear. And what does it mean? And there comes a huge light now, up from, now I see this playground that I saw right 1 second ago, right in front of my eyes. I see it more from a higher perspective now, and more from far away. And there's a huge light coming up from this playground. It's shining very bright, this playground. And is there a reason why these are 3 shells? Yes. The moment when I asked this question, I knew this question was already the answer. Yes, it is important to play with others and not all by your own. It's important to get together and play. It's important to build groups or, I don't know, meetings to play. Just to play, not to work, to you can call it work if you like, but play. Play whatever you do. Meet other people and play with them. If it's for work or just for play or just for meeting, always play. Thank you for this message. Is there another message for this group, or maybe a challenge? Or now I see like a fountain, like a fountain that's coming up of water, like sparkling water that's coming up like this. Well, it's not sparkling, but it's very, like a fountain coming out of the ground, like very playfully as well, and very bright. But it's more gray, clear blue, the color. Yeah, thank you. What does it mean? What does it mean, this fountain? So through playing, your frequency will go up, like this fountain. It will do like, and now I see a white, very white room with white spots everywhere. Everything is white. White spots on the shell color, so a bit beige background, but very, very clear everything. But this time there's no chaos anymore. This is very very centered white. Those spots in this room are very how do you say it? Are very every time I'm looking for this word, équilibré. They are very balanced. They form a very balanced mosaic, like a mosaic, a very balanced picture in white. But it's white colors. Growing from the middle, from one dot, one white space, are growing other white spaces into the space. So through playing and your playful being with others together and not alone, your frequency will come up and be very balanced and create this beautiful picture, this beautiful balanced picture. Thank you. Is there another message for group 1? I see, it's funny, I see a question mark in the middle of my head. And around this question mark are again white lines, but very structured, very balanced. What does it mean, please? And there are rays of light and strings going out from this question marks into the waste space, into infinity. Show me a little bit more precise, please. What does it mean? They don't show me pictures now. Maybe feeling. No. It's like I just see a bit and feel very, very very good and laid down and very laid back and very calm. This is the feeling, very after a good pause. And I see it's like the ground is like, it's white like clouds, or very cloudy material. It's very fluffy, and there's like a bed or something to lay on when you want to sit in the sun. Something like this, made out of this ground and these clouds, and it's white. And the atmosphere is very, it's just relax, relax. And this place invites you to lay down there and just be. And those questions may just answer themselves. I feel there are no real questions anymore. It's only this question mark, but as it is in the middle, like a question mark, and from there I go in this rays of light. I see it again now. Above this, your bed of clouds, and the feeling is very relax and just be there, and don't run after any questions. Just relax in your white high frequency where you came through playful, joyful being with others. Yes, that's it. Thank you, group 1. So much white in your reading. Thank you. Let's see what will happen for group 2? This beautiful power group, power shell. So what's the message for group 2, please? I see a black spot, or it's like a little, yeah, it's only a little spot, but it's more like a very little spot in a bigger white spot. It's a tiny little black spot in a bigger white spot. And some outside of this white spot and in the middle of this little black spots are more of these black spots, but not like this, not vertical, but more, yeah, horizontal, but not horizontal, but more vertical. But yeah, a little bit into this direction. But just a little bit more like this. And they are black as well, black lines like this, but thick black lines, like written with coal from the oven, like this. And through them, there's a green light coming in, a green light, but it's a bit, it seems to be a bit toxic light, toxic green light coming through this black things, these black lines out of coal. It's like a green, clear green, yellow, yeah, like smoke. It's like smoke. Yeah, that would be the closest, I guess, smoke. Yeah, it's coming from here, and it doesn't touch this white spot yet, but it's coming into this direction. What does it mean? Here on this left side, on my left side, so it's your left side as well, I see, yeah, and the smoke came in from the right side. And the left side seems to be like a huge mountain. And here's the top of the mountain, like rock. And it's very, it's not easy to climb. It's very, yeah, slippery from the wind. There's a lot of wind or water that washes all. It's not easy to climb up there. There are no little spots to come up. And what do I see it for? What's the connection between this smoke image, green smoke image? Because I feel there's a connection between these two sides as well. And this mountain image from the left. this white with the black spot. I don't understand it yet. This being in the middle. But what climbed up here on the mountain was a line, like a white line, came up here on the mountain, and it's been already on the top with one side. But it's like warm. You can see it like warm, and the beginning of this warm has already been on the top of this mountain, but the end of the worm is still on the ground. Still has to climb up. And it doesn't look easy to climb up there, because very up into the sky. It's not like easy climbing. But this worm is doing a good and persistent work. It's not giving up, it's not suffering, it's just going and going and going. It's already there on the top. And it's just going and going. Not very fast, but it keeps going. So maybe the fact that it is on one side of your life, this climbing, maybe you try to climb some, this is my interpretation now, it's not what I'm seeing. If you climb that mountain in one side of your life, the left side, so it's maybe work. In the right side of your life, so it might be family or your relationship with something, or relationships to friends or whatever, could have this toxic smoke coming in and poisoning your relationships between your whoever, your partner, your children, your friends. Because on this side, maybe your work side, you're working so hard on climbing, or this worm is working so hard on climbing, if we can say you are the worm. So yeah, this smoke is coming in more and more, but it's constantly coming in, it's already there, and then you have these black lines made of coal that try to hold, to take out this smoke, but the smoke is coming from everywhere, and these lines are only thin lines and the smoke is coming from everywhere. Yeah, and what does this white space, it looked a bit like Africa, this white space in the middle with this thin line, with this, it's not been thin, more, yeah, but tiny, short, in the in the height of Central Africa. Yeah. Yeah, and maybe a bit more in direction north. Could be Central Africa or north. What does it mean? Please. Okay, they just let me know. This is not a worm, it's a snake. And the snake came along path from here, from this side, from this right side, and just went down some stones very fast, and then went this way, and now it's here. Maybe it's going to do a circle. I don't know. I try to get why it's Central Africa and which country, but it's not that precise. But why is it this white, this black spot in the middle? What does it mean? Please. Now I see there's a lot of work going on here. It's really active here, working. They're creating something. It's a white energy that is creating like, and very many thin lines coming up and going down and crossing each other and doing like this, like a work, very active work. And the feeling is very focused and active work, but clear. This is not you. I don't know who it is. Something is working for you. Something is working for you here. Very fast and very active and very focused. And there's not a little bit of a feeling of tiredness or something like this. It's really, I think these are forces. I don't know. very right and good forces that are working for you here. So maybe this worm, the snake, I'm sorry, is kind of posing here. Yeah, I feel this is the message, finally, finally. So this snake, this came very fast, or yeah, rather fast from here, from this side, and climbing up now, this mountain, slippery mountain, is kind of posing here. It is moving, the snake, moving forward, but it's not very fast moving. It's like, okay, this piece of the path is a little bit, okay, it's a little challenge, one can say. But there, here in this height where this mountain is as well, there are these little forces working. They are working for you. So I feel soon, very soon, in the very soon future, maybe after this new moon days, the snake will be able to advance very fast again, or like before, just like a snake moves, like yeah. Ooh, I got the message, I feel. So I feel the message is, it might feel like a challenge now, but you will soon, there are forces for you working, and soon it will get fluid again, so that you can go back into your circle, into your rhythm, and bring your energy into this side of your life again, so that this green smoke will disappear. Yeah. Maybe those yeah, I feel now those black lines drawn with coal, you made them to some people that are normally close to you, maybe family, friends or something, and this caused this toxic, or this, yeah, the smoke, this toxificating smoke. And now that you can bring your energy in this area again, and of your life, in this area of your right side, you won't need those lines anymore that say stop. I need my energy now for this climbing here. Yeah. I hope this message came through. Well, I still don't know about this African-sized white spot with this tiny line in the middle, but this tiny black line looks like those lines, but it's tinier. It's not as big as this one. Maybe you can translated for you. Thank you, group 2. And see what comes through for group 3. This perlmutt, huge perlmutt shell. Yeah, immediately I see, like, in the beginning it takes a little time for group 1 to dive in to those channelings, but later group 2 and 3 it comes very fast, those informations and pictures and everything. So immediately for group 3 I saw those little ornaments growing here, like little mushrooms, and white and beautiful, and it's growing and growing into the sky. Little more and more little ornaments. Very floral, flowery, growing, but white as well. A lot of white today. And growing up to the sky, and becoming more and more bigger, or more, yeah, the whole ornament's becoming bigger. And this little, like mushroom flowers, they are becoming more and more. More and more. What does it mean, please? Before I ask what does it mean, I already saw like a street going from here, from your left side to the middle end, just in front of you. And when I asked what does it mean, it showed me the street even more powerful, and then another one came from here. So this had 2 streets going noir. It's like 2 trains, and then in the end I see 2 tunnel holes. What does it mean, please? Now I see a grey color just coming from here and covering up everything here. It just started a little bit and then did like this. It came and became bigger and bigger. And it is nothing that makes fear, this grey color. It's more neutral. It's like just a ground. Where you can stand on. What does this ornaments have to do with those train lines and with this grey ground here. What's the connection of these three pictures, please? Those ornaments were just like a picture of you now. You're growing and flourishing and higher and higher and wider and wider. Your soul is growing, wow, and expanding and taking space and place and doing like this. It's been just this picture of your being now, so how you are right now, and then those trains are leaving. Those trains are leaving your space. Those trains are leaving and going somewhere into these tunnels where you're not going. You are here on this ground. You make yourself a ground, a neutral ground for you to live and to expand your soul even more. You don't need to catch any train anymore. And I didn't see any train, they are gone. Those trains are gone and into those black, grey, very light black tunnels, and you don't see them anymore. We don't see them anymore. They are gone. And we don't want to catch them anymore. There are still those lines that show us that we used to try to catch any train. Especially from here and a little bit from here. But this one has been very big line, important line. And they're gone. There are no trains anymore. No trains coming anymore. It's over. And it's because we don't need those trains anymore. We are just flourishing and expanding here. You are just flourishing and expanding here. And you just created and are still expanding as well the ground, the neutral ground on which you're standing. I feel all those messages are very light today, very it may be this white light that I have here, but no. I'm just kidding. But it's the whole energy of the whole reading is very light, it's very good. Because here what I saw then as well, it's been your light being, and you became a light being. You're just light and it's shining very bright. Your aura is shining very bright into this room where you are, and flowering and expanding on your neutral ground. Thank you. Is there another message for group 3? There are some lines coming up like this, whoop, and building circles like this, whoop, whoop, many. does it mean? Those lines are black this time. It's like here, it's like a flower or bloop, bloop, bloop. They're building like circles. What does it mean? But they are thin lines, yeah. Thin and very beautiful and very precise and new. I like this. They're not like messy or something. They're very beautiful, precise lines. What does it mean, please? Okay, I'm continuing. I saw something like roots coming. They belong to this thing. It's like a plant. And those roots came from here and made themselves a line just up from the ground up to this thing, and then they do this bloop bloop. And those roots were really powerful, like this. And I do it, yeah. I'm there. And I felt my heart, and I saw those roots coming up and doing this path, working on this path here. And then I felt my heart. So it may be an heart project, your soul project, your soul purpose that just starts to come true. It just starts to throw those first lines out of the ground. Those roots that made this way up here through this ground, and it's white again, a white ground, yeah, with this gray on it, and yeah, it's white, light gray, white, and very stony, very a hard ground. And those roots made this path up here with a lot of, yeah, I want this, and I don't give up. And now they are there. They just came up on this ground, on this neutral ground. They arrived, and now they do the first bloop, 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 bloop. The first. It's not blossoms, but yeah, something like blossoms. Just black lines coming out, bloop, bloop, and drawing circles, and very precise and beautiful. Yeah. And I feel this is your heart project, your soul purpose that's taken the first steps in this neutral area. And this area is very neutral, there's nothing. Those trains are gone, and Your soul is expanding up here and here on this ground, on this grey ground, neutral ground, your project is just starting to coming out and has a lot of space and a lot of space to create whatever you want, to become, to take direction in whatever direction you want it. There's a lot of space and it's very neutral. Thank you. I feel this has been the message. Thank you, group 3, and thank you all those groups. So much fun to do this. Enjoy the rest of your day.